Hello, my management consulting colleagues from around the world. It's my pleasure to bring to you this first update of 2020. My last update was last November after our annual meeting, and that was courtesy of the CMC Global Institute, who agreed to do a webinar where I updated us all on the results of the deliberations at our conference and at our annual meeting. If you didn't have a chance to see that and would like to, it's available on the web link on the written version of this email. So the written version, the email of this message, is a bit longer than this one, but what I wanted to do by video was just give you a quick overview update on what we've been doing since last November. The first thing is around strategy implementation. At the annual meeting, we had lots of excellent discussion about our strategy going forward, some of the issues that we're facing, some of the opportunities that we have. The strategy was approved together with the 10 strategic initiatives that we have. A copy of those are at the end of the email, so you can see them easily in one place. On our website, you can get a copy of the entire strategy. But stay tuned, I will be reporting on this. I'll keep you updated because this is our scorecard. This is the work of your board in terms of implementing the strategy that you approved. So we all take this very seriously, and I will be keeping you up to date as we move forward. One of the main issues that we're facing in our strategy is around membership. Growth is the key to success. Growth is the key to success in any enterprise, in any organization, and we are no different. When one stands still, one begins to atrophy. So we have to continue to grow. And in that, disruption is here. Institutes, professional institutes around the world are facing a crunch. And we're no different. We are finding, in the same way as many others, that it's difficult to attract those new members, those who are entering the profession and yet don't feel the need to join the institute. In my day, when I became a management consultant, it was a no-brainer. If I wanted to be able to connect with my colleagues, I had to join the institute. Today, there are two drivers, two key things that are happening that are leading to disruption, generally in organizations, but particularly in professional institutes. The first one is the access to knowledge. Knowledge is very, very available now. And when one enters into a new profession, it's very easy to feel that my specialized knowledge, supplemented by what I can find out online, is sufficient to provide services to my clients. But it's more than saying you're a consultant and putting consultant on your business card. We know, those of us that are CMCs know particularly well, that to be a professional consultant, it's important to understand the competency framework, to understand that there is a method and a methodology for doing projects, to understand that knowledge in itself won't provide the solution. It's that diagnostic capability, that getting beneath the surface to identify root cause where the real value is added. So we at institutes do have value to add, but it's not understood. So we have to fix that. The second aspect is the availability of networking. With LinkedIn, with Facebook, with all the many other methods available through social platforms, it's just so easy for people to be able to network with each other. So again, we have to demonstrate that we as management consultants can provide that kind of unique networking capability that those who are entering the consulting market need. And how do we do that? Well, the effort we're going to put our efforts into is this fourth strategic initiative under Goal 1, which is a management consulting platform. And this platform, there's 4 points that I want to make about it. The first one is that I'm going to take personal accountability for it. As the chair of ICMC, I believe that I have an accountability to you to ensure that we are focusing in appropriately on this area. We need to figure out what is that value add that new entrant members would perceive as being valuable, that would attract them to affiliate with our IMCs, and then from there go on to network with them, to get professional development, to become members, and to become certified, whatever that ladder looks like. But we need to understand that. The second point is that if we're going to be successful in this, we need to think about doing things in different ways. Doing things in the way that we've always done them isn't going to change the outcomes. We do need to think about it in a different way. So if we're going to be successful with a global initiative that is going to have successful outreach to consultants from around the world to entice them to affiliate in various ways with our IMCs, we can't do it with the kinds of resources that we will have available to ourselves. So we do need to seek private investor funding. And I am in final discussions with an individual that I think you would agree, once we're able to make the announcement, is very, very well positioned to be able to support us in this and to attract the kind of investment that we're going to be able to need to do this. Now, don't worry, we're not going to go off on our own. We'll do the investigation. We're going to be consultative. We will talk to the institutes. We'll get your information from you. We'll figure this out together and come back to the annual meeting in October with a business model, which we will propose to you, which I am hoping, if we do our work well, will provide us a solution for moving forward to really revitalize our profession in terms of getting new members entering into it. So it is this new way of doing business. It's this way of getting fresh viewpoints that can bring us all together. So again, stay tuned on that. I will keep you up to date. In terms of the consultative process, two thoughts for you. The first one is that continuing the process that was started by my predecessor, Soren, we had in the first 2 years of his mandate a call with each institute each year. So that was 50 online conversations, which is a bit tough to organize with all of the professionals involved. So this year, what we're going to do is continue on that pattern, but what we're going to do is just in advance of the triennial reassessment, we will touch bases formally as a board with that institute to find out how things are going, to bring them up to date on ICMCI programs and services, and just have a general conversation. Not immediately before, but a few weeks in advance of that. So that means that at least every 3 years, we'll have a formal touch point between the board and each IMC and the officers of that IMC and the delegates, of course. And we'll continue in that tradition. But of course, between meetings, we can have other sessions. The second thing we want to do is formalize the provision of information about our products and services. So on March 18th, our first one, we will be doing a 1-hour webinar on the CMC Global Directory. We'll do it twice in the day, so once in at the beginning of the day, once at the other end of the day, so that our colleagues, no matter where in the world you are, it'll be sort of plus or six minus hours from the time of that webinar, so that everyone has an opportunity to attend live. But more importantly, we'll also record that so that the presentation, the discussions, the questions, the answers will all be recorded and available to you for future reference, or available to others who may not have been interested in that particular program or service now, but may be in the future, and then we'll have this available to them as a resource. So stay tuned for the exact times. We'll be sending out invitations shortly. In terms of collaboration, do check out our events page. I have sad news that our colleagues in Lebanon have decided, because of the situation in that country, they're not able to host successfully the conference and annual meeting this October. So they've had to regretfully, and believe me, it was regretfully, decline. Your board is working on alternatives, and we will be able to announce very shortly the location of the conference. So we will be going ahead with the conference in October, but it will be at a different location with support from a different IMC. So do watch our events page. The link is shown here for you. It's also a hot link in the email version where you'll be able to check from time to time and update yourself on the location of the conference. But more importantly, the hubs are announced. So do try to attend a hub. So if you do two things this year, do attend one of the hub meetings, the ones closest to you. We welcome a cross-pollination of hubs, so people in the Americas or Asia are welcome to the Euro Hub, and vice versa for the Asia Pacific Hub, and so on, so that we can get people networking with each other and sharing information. So that would be very much appreciated. So do be in contact with me. Do take me up with my offer. It's a standing offer. If you have an event in your institute where I could add value, to present on any topic that would be of interest to you and to your members, I would be happy to attend that virtually. If my travel plans allowed that, I could be there in person, but given the size of the world and the size of our budget for my travel, being there in person isn't always possible. But with technology like this, I can be there on a screen, make a presentation, answer questions live. I'm quite happy to get up in the middle of the night in my hometown to be there at a reasonable time in your hometown. So feel free to take me up on that offer. I'd be happy to do it. And do connect with me on the screen. You see different ways of being in touch. I'm always happy to hear from you and to answer any questions that you may have and to keep you up to date. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best and look forward to hearing from you and to being with you at one of the events this year. Thank you.